the last Dual Destinies. Steer clear for justice. In case you missed anything, I'm gonna fill you in on this case. Yeah.
I can't believe this bullshit.
I was also in for the shock of my life.
Prove it by joining me.
Are you asking me to sleep with you? So is he.
The prosecution and defense will use this opportunity to further their investigation.
No one's gone through that death lately?
I don't get it.
What now, Apollo?
We need to get our shit together today on Ace Attorney Dual Destinies next. Maybe I'll go read over some past cases.
And I'll go do some research on exorcisms.
Hey, what's with you guys? You seem bummed out.
How should I put this? It's like we're at the edge of a cliff and the only way is down.
In other words, business as usual, right?
Yeah, I suppose so. Except this time, it's like we're bound and gagged, too.
Don't forget blindfolded with our ears plugged up.
Ugh, monsters at every turn, huh? Sounds rough.
Hey, Apollo. Oh, and Athena's here, too. High five the both of you for screwing up this morning.
Mr. Wright.
Yeah, that's me. Anyway, how's the investigation going? And more importantly, did you two clean the toilet for the 2 guilty verdicts you got this morning? You better get on that.
I think it's safe to say that things have gotten hairier than before.
Really? What happened? Wait, Harry, are you talking about the toilet or the trial? Because I was watching the two of you this morning from the gallery. And that was one tough day in court, to say the least. And by that, I mean it was tough to watch.
Yeah. I've never had to defend a yokai before.
That business about the locked room was another major hurdle.
Yeah, and on top of that, Jinxie was accused of being an accomplice.
Well, anyway, at least you figured out how someone could have escaped the Forbidden Chamber.
Yeah, well, we just found out that our reasoning might be a tad, flawed.
Oh, really? Well, that's bad news.
Yeah, no shit.
How are we gonna get out of this one?
The worst at times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles, like the one smile I forced when you two fucked up this morning.
Force a smile?
Yeah, a smile. You should try it sometime.
Yeah, my mentor taught me that back when I was still learning the trade. She also taught me to return to the basics whenever I got stuck.
Return to the basics?
That's right. Always believe in your client no matter what happens. Yeah, I know at this point it sounds silly, but trust me, belief is a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon.
The basics. Always believe in your client, huh? So, Mr. Wright, how long have you known Athena?
I met her during a trip to Europe.
Huh? You were in Europe? Why haven't I heard about this before?
Yeah, I went there a few times to study the various legal systems over there. And I think I went into baking once.
Became a baker? Never mind, wait a minute. I thought you worked as a pianist after you quit practicing law.
I did, but an old friend of mine needed help with some legal work from time to time, so... yeah...
Oh, I guess you were never very far from the courtroom then.
It was like fate brought us together.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that.
It's thanks to Mr. Wright that I became a lawyer at all.
I knew she was lawyer material from the moment I met her. And I have high hopes for her ability to analyze people's emotions.
It's nothing special.
Don't let it get to your head or hair or whatever.
Maybe I've underestimated that analytical psychology of hers.
It's just, I thought that if my special ability could help defend innocent people, then I had to do everything in my power to bring it to the courtroom. That's when I really started hitting the books hard.
I'm still amazed you somehow became a lawyer, Athena.
I still don't believe she is one.
And at the tender age of 18, no less. I mean, talk about barely legal.
Wow, that's almost superhuman. More personal, like she's trying to help somebody she knows. Excuse the foreshadowing.
Alright, I'm totally pumped up after talking to you, Mr. Wright. It's like you said, the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles.
And don't forget to return to the basics whenever you get stuck.
Keep believing in my client. Right! Mr. Wright.
What?
I'm gonna go visit our client again.
I think that's a good idea. That's what you're supposed to do.
Alright, smartass. Time to see what's new down at the detention center.
Remember, guys, Charlie needs watering when you get back.
Mayor Tenma, we wanted to talk to you about something.
So, my minions have returned.
Apollo, he still thinks he's a yokai.
Wonder if we'll ever be able to talk to Mayor Tenma again.
Silence, peddler of the legal trade. Free me from these imprisoning walls with great haste.
Wow, he's sounding more and more like a real demon every sound filter he adds. I'm starting to wonder if we should even be helping him win his freedom.
Athena, what the fuck is wrong with you? We can't let Mayor Tenma stay possessed, if you know what I mean.
If you clear me of these charges, I shall help in whatever manner I may. Now, ask what you will.
He's gonna grab me!
Let go of me and do something.
I suppose it's worth a shot. Were those feathers and tracks at the scene of the crime really your doing?
Indeed. The remnants of Tenma Taro, king of the underworld, they be. The day when I once again dominate the mortal world is at hand. Ka! Ka ka ka!
The prosecution claims the feathers and tracks are planted by Jinxie.
What's this? I must breach these walls and go defend my little Jinxie at once!
Huh? Mayor Tenma, is that you?
Well now, Damian appears to still reside within this body. But I should have expected as much from a descendant of mine. Be silent now, Damian!
I guess a little thing like demonic possession won't stop a father's love for his daughter. You didn't kill Alderman Cubey, did you?
I have killed no one. The remnants of my presence have been misconstrued. The murderer is not I. Or if I had slain that mortal, raining hellfire would have consumed him, leaving naught but ash.
So, you're saying there must have been somebody else there? Come to think of it, the mayor had mentioned that he'd been clubbed with the statue. I'd better ask about this too. Detective Fulbright mentioned that you might have something new to tell me.
Indeed I have. I regurgitated this key but not a short while ago.
You did what?
Behold, the key to the Forbidden Chamber.
Well, that's fucking disgusting. You do this at parties or something?
I do not waste my power on such parlor tricks. Take the key from the killer to Damian, for upon he swallowed it, he sought to bar the killer's entry to the Forbidden Chamber.
So, he wanted to keep it shut tight.
But no fingerprints share you find upon that key.
How do you know that? Wait, is that another one of your demonic powers then?
Foolish mortal, you would have me, Tenma Taro, act as some asinine alchemist. I but asked the jailer, and my will was done. Quite eagerly, I must add, ka-ka!
Always an honor to serve, your malevolence.
Guess I'm not the only one he scares the living daylights out of.
Can we ask how you use this key? We couldn't find a keyhole in or around the door.
Curse that infernal door. But if I had known its manner of opening, long ago would I have made my return.
He has a point there.
Maybe Jinxie knows something about how the whole thing works. Oh, gross. This was in your stomach. Ah.
What, might I ask, is that?
This statue was found at the scene. Someone hit Mayor Tenma over the head with it. It had been wrapped in a large cloth before the alderman's murder.
Let me see whether Damian knows about such a thing. Yes, something wrapped in such a cloth does he recall. A secret gift from Alderman Kyubi, it would seem. He, however, had not a chance to see it till now, for the cloth did conceal it.
Maybe the cloth fell off or was removed after the mayor was struck.
Of that Damian does not know.
A secret gift. Interesting. Maybe Jinxie knows something about it. I should question him about the blackmail letter, too. Let's see what he says when I show it to him. Hey, Tenma, look at this.
A pair of panties? Wait, aren't those Trucy's?
Oops, wrong thing. When did I even get those? I'm in this. Look at this.
Why this? This is that accursed blackmail letter that was sent to Damian.
Apparently, somebody slipped it into the alderman's pocket. We believe someone, probably the killer, stole it from Mayor Tenma's briefcase. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
You have questions, do you? Very well. Ask away, mortal.
Who placed this in the alderman's pocket?
Very few were they who knew the letter was in Damian's briefcase.
So, whoever knew about the blackmail letter being in the mayor's briefcase is a potential suspect in its theft and placement in the alderman's pocket.
Could it have been his doing?
Mr. Mayor, Mr. Taro, did you just remember something?
Indeed I did. There was but one other who knew of that letter. Damian's aide, Florent L'Belle. Full knowledge of that briefcase's contents did the aide possess.
Then he may be the blackmailer and the murderer we're looking for.
That is preposterous.
He's a most trusted advisor. He would never betray Damian.
It seems like Mayor Tenma is a bit too trusting of those around him.
Still, this is huge! Now we know who might have slipped that blackmail letter in the alderman's pocket. Look out, Florent L'Belle, here comes justice!
Let's go find Mr. L'Belle and rake him over the coals!
Thanks for the help. You've just given us a major lead.
There's something that still bothers me. If Mr. L'Belle is the killer, what could have motivated him to open the Forbidden Chamber?
We should probably search it for clues.
Only one problem. How do you open a locked door that doesn't have a keyhole?
Let's go talk to Jinxie. Maybe she can help. And if that doesn't work, dynamite.
No, Apollo. So, should we get going?
Yeah, he looks like he wants to squeeze something. Hey, isn't that...
You dare imprison me?
Jinxie! She's acting really strange.
That loathsome, no-good Ninetales fox. He shall move Terra's mind to spare. You shall pay dearly. All of you.
Jinxie, are you alright? Ah!
Oh, is that you, Mr. Demon Lawyer?
Morning, Jinxie.
Morning? Isn't it already past noon? And what am I doing here? Last I remember, I lay down to take a nap back at the manor. Oh no, it must have been the Makara Geishi!
Makara Geishi?
Ever wake up after a restless night's sleep to find your pillow in an unusual place? Or that you've been sleeping on the floor or in the hallway? I have. Well, it's that yokai's fault. The Makara Geishi preys on people while they're asleep.
It sounds like you just need to be tucked in really tight. Or maybe just a snug sleeping bag.
Jinxie, how come you don't have any charms on your forehead?
I don't... Oh, they must have fallen off. Without them, evil things can creep into me.
I'd say we had a more than adequate demonstration of that just now.
I'd better reapply them.
Jinxie, there's something we wanted to ask you.
There was something I wanted to tell you, too. I remembered something else.
You did? What was it? Jinxie, can you tell us what you remembered?
Well, after the trial, I remembered lots of stuff. But there was one thing I thought was really weird.
I'm almost afraid to ask, but here goes. Really? What?
It's about the yokai feathers and tracks. They weren't there when I first opened the door.
Wait, what? Are you sure?
Uh-huh. My memory's crystal clear now.
So you're saying they were left at the crime scene after you found it?
This could spell major trouble, Apollo.
Why?
Because Jinxie is already accused of leaving the feathers and tracks at the scene. Yet they weren't there when she discovered the crime scene. It will totally fuel the claim that she fabricated the evidence later on.
Oh, crap.
Jinxie's fuzzy memory of the whole incident is really working against us. The prosecution will probably say she doesn't remember planting the evidence. Good luck rebutting that!
Oh man, this is not good. I sure hope she didn't plant the evidence while she was sleepwalking or something. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to know how to open the Forbidden Chamber, would you? That door doesn't even have a keyhole.
Well, it's supposed to have a secret mechanism. They say you have to figure it out before the keyhole will appear.
A secret mechanism? Really?
Uh-huh. It's hidden in the Fox Chamber. But only Alderman Cubie knew what it was, and how it worked.
The Alderman of Ninetales Vale sure loved his secrets.
Apollo, let's go see if we can find that secret mechanism.
Whoa, slow down. There's something else I need to ask about. Jinxie, is there only one key to the Forbidden Chamber?
Uh-huh. Even the Manor's Master Key won't open it. That's because it's a very special room that must never be opened.
Guess that means nobody entered the Forbidden Chamber after the murder. After all, we know Mayor Tenma took the key from the killer and, swallowed it. So
the mayor's efforts to keep the killer out of the Forbidden Chamber were not in vain. Apollo, if you're done standing around, we have a huge fucking door to open.
we're not done here.
But I'm bored.
Oh my god, how old are you?
18. I'm
If you say I'm barely legal, I'm gonna replace you with Charlie.
Oh shit, we forgot to water him.
That's Mr. Wright's problem, not ours. I gotta show Jinxie the statue thing first.
Alderman QB made that statue. It's a token of goodwill. I think it was meant to be for Ninetails Vale in Tenma Town.
A token of goodwill? But the two yokai are fighting.
Fighting? Oh, I see what you mean. The cup portion's missing. This statue originally depicted the two yokai holding up a cup in celebration. But it sure doesn't look that way now, does it?
Maybe it broke when it was used to hit Mayor Tenma on the head.
That would explain it. I guess the only two people who knew what it really looked like were the Alderman and I. Now it's just me. But its symbol of goodwill will be forever etched in my mind.
So, is there anything else we should know about Jinxie?
No, that's about it. You can go now.
My bracelet. It's reacting. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to be...
Injustice, we trust!
Where do you keep coming from?
Ah! A ghost!
Ah!
Detective Fulbright, what are you doing here?
I have business with this young lady, if you must know. Prosecutor Blackwell has asked me to question her.
Question me? Sorry, not interested.
Are you here to ask about that whole yokai affair?
That's right. Specifically, we want to ask. Nah, but I can't tell you that now, can I? Ha 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 ha!
Oh, come on, please! We're partners in justice, right?
No. Prosecutor Blackwell specifically told me my questions were of the utmost justice. I will not fall for your lies. In justice we trust!
The Twisted Samurai sure has him on a short leash.
So you're not a ghost? Maybe some sort of urban troll, then?
You mad, bro? Now come along, Miss Tenma. To the station with you!
He took her away.
Missed my chance to see what she was lying about.
Well, at least we found out there's a secret mechanism for opening the chamber. Let's go check it out!
I just hope they let us in now.
Oh, what an absolutely fabulous scent! I'm so glad I had these carnations imported from England. Nothing but the finest will do. Perhaps I should place one aside for our dearly departed alderman.
Hey, it's Mr. L'Belle. Apollo, let's ask him about you-know-what.
Oh yeah, before we search the Fox Chamber, we should ask about the blackmail letter.
Oh my god, this book is shit! Why, if it isn't the mayor's little lawyers, what do you want with me?
Oh, there's something we wanted to ask. Where's that ringing coming from?
You'll have to excuse me. Hello, L'Belle here. Yes, I got the flower. Yes, I enjoy stroking it. It's a wonderful stroking flower.
Those things on his shoulders are cell phones? It's 2027, get with the times, dude!
Yes, about that. You must forgive me. The whole matter with Mayor Tenma has been a complete nightmare.
Where do you buy clothes like that?
You get them at Kmart! Surprised? This is my own special design. It's the ultimate in functional beauty.
Functional beauty? Are you sure about that? It looks a bit unwieldy to me.
Perfume!
Not this shit again!
You simply don't have an eye for beauty.
Having an eye for beauty means looking like this guy. I'd rather be blind.
So, what do you want with me?
Well, for one, I want you to stop caressing that damn flower.
Flower stroking, flower stroking.
Both Jinxie and Mr. Filch said they saw Tenma Taro. But what about you, Mr. L'Belle? If you were in the foyer, why didn't you see—
Perfume!
Oh, God!
Very well, I admit it! That's right, I, Florent L'Belle, saw the demon Tenma Taro!
So he did see something. Then why did you lie about not seeing him?
I was simply trying to protect dear little Jinxie!
Protect Jinxie? What do you mean?
Why, don't tell me you haven't heard of that strange little habit of hers.
Which one are we talking about?
The one where she wanders around making mischief without knowing what she's doing! And I'll tell you more about it next episode!
Let's start project.